Turkish Airlines Euroleague'de playoff öncesinde Fenerbahçe Doğuş'un yıldız oyuncusu Nikola Kalinic'le birlikteyiz. Hem playoff'u konuşacağız hem Kalinic'in hayatını konuşacağız. İlginç bir hikayesi var. Hem de basketbol hakkındaki görüşlerini konuşacağız Nikola Kalinic'in. Güzel bir, keyifli bir sohbet olacağını umuyoruz. Kalinic, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting this interview request of us. And I say welcome because I think it's your first time being here. Huh?
Yeah. Now when we were walking, in fact, I never been at this level of the arena. It's a little bit different view, but I like it from here. It's really nice, and now I can feel a little bit more how the fans are feeling on every game. But it's really nice. I've never been. We are always there. There is our job, so this part is closed for us.
So maybe next time, if you, let's say in Turkish league, sometimes you don't play because of the restrictions, you can come here to this restaurant and eat.
Yes, maybe. Okay, I want to be there with my team, but also, yes, maybe if it's some friendly game, maybe I will come to feel like a president, like a board member or something.
All right. I will start with the most important question. How is your health?
Yeah, thanks for asking. It's nice to say, like you say, mashallah. Finally, it's better. I'm doing all the things I need to do, like exercises, therapies, everything that is in my power. So I'm finally feeling good. My back are good, my ankles are good. So I think I will be fully ready, lock and loaded for the games that are coming now next week. So it's good. Now it's good.
How was this process for you? Because you were injured and it took more than that. Can you give us more detailed information about it?
Yeah, it was like every injury. It was really stressful, really hard, especially for me because never in my life, I think I never had some serious injuries. So everything was new for me, that you can do some things, that you have pain, whatever you're doing. You're lying in bed, you are laughing, you are sneezing, coughing, whatever you do, you have pain. So it was really stressful, but with big help and big understanding of the whole club, from probably from the president to do all the medical stuff. They helped me really a lot. They gave their best. They took me to the best doctors in Turkey, Europe, whatever they could do, they've done it. So I'm really grateful to them. I had no pressure to come back earlier than I should. Even I was making the biggest pressure to come back. Maybe that was a mistake also. Maybe that's why after that I twisted my ankle. But I like to play basketball. I was hungry. I was thirsty for playing, for doing everything I can for the team, for Fenerbahce. And yeah, but now finally, like I said, I'm doing everything. It's boring process. Every day you must go to the gym to do some exercises, strengthening, especially your core. But okay, this is my job, this is my life, so I'm blessed to be here.
There's a learning in every bad situation, and maybe one of this for you is coming back earlier than pushing yourself earlier to come back. What can you say to other athletes about this kind of situation?
I also heard a lot of advices. Everybody said to me, don't be in rush, don't be in rush. But when you're not playing for 6-7 months, it's simply stronger than you. You want to go there, you want to start playing basketball, and it's really hard to not to push yourself. I mean, of course, you must push yourself, but in some normal reasons. But what to do? I mean, I have maybe some advices that they must be, like you said, they must be, I'm missing a word, no problem. They must be calm, they must be relaxed, they must do everything they can, and to listen to the doctors. And it's really boring process, but at the end you feel a great satisfaction.
I know that you're very into this healing process too. You know all the details about physiotherapy and your body biologically. Did you study a lot in this stuff?
Yeah, well, yes. Bad lucky that I I had to learn something about my spine that I didn't want because I had injury. But yes, I mean, my I can say philosophy, but my way of thinking is that I want to know everything, what I'm doing, why I'm doing, why is it important, every therapy, what it's going to do, how it's going to help in the healing process, is it going to fix the circulation? Is it gonna be some, I don't know, if you're gonna do some lasers, what they're gonna do, if you're gonna do some electrics, if you're gonna do whatever, if you're gonna take some pill, how strong is it, on what kind of, how it's gonna help you, and all of those stuff if you're taking injection. And I think that's important, because if you can understand the process, you can also heal faster, because then you're believing in that, then you're trusting in that, and also they say that brain is the strongest muscle. So if the brain is also believing in that, that's also a great thing. Also, I read some article about Kobe Bryant that he's also saying, like, yes, and you also read that post that he wrote to Paul George, that you must be fully focused to think about that, be angry, be whatever, but after that, understand the process, try to imagine it, try to visualize it, and it's going to be faster.
You know, I was watching Kobe Bryant's documentary about his injury. Did you watch it, or
no,
you know,
I didn't.
Is it a, let's say, inspiration for you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially when you see all those. Okay, he had Achilles tendon rupture with the age of 30 something, 35. Yes, no, yes. 35, I don't know, 36 years, and he came back. You know, so that's great motivation. But he is, you know, he is on the border of sanity. He is a little bit crazy, but I mean, you have to be like that to be successful.
I remember he went to Germany, and he had this healing process when he had his knee injury, not Achilles.
Yeah.
And he went to Germany, and he had some injections about placenta, you know, that he had placenta injected in his knee. And he has some process that he gets drained, his own blood is drained, and then they heat it up, and then they got the red blood cells out of it, and then they re-inject it to your body. Did you know about this process? This is some biological treatment. Have you
I've heard
searched
about
about
that.
this?
Yes. I mean, for my issue, for my problem, I couldn't do that, because it's a really sensitive part of it, all the nerves in the spine. So we had to be really, really careful. And also, operation is not an option if you don't have some serious problem, that you can't walk, that you feel your whole leg numb at some serious levels. Then you go to, nobody wants to make a surgery on your spine if they don't have to, if it's only last resort. But yeah, I heard about that. I think, yes, they took your blood, they take all the bad stuff, they keep only the good stuff, like some super blood, let's say, and they put it back, and it helps. Yeah, I know they're doing a lot about that, but more I heard for the knees, for some ruptures of muscles and those kind of stuff. I didn't hear anything. They also one option was to go to Germany. There is some doctor over there who helped also to some Serbian guys, Lucic, Jovic, that are playing in Bayern Munich. Coach Djordjevic told me, if you need anything, if you want to come to Munich, you try here. Also, they offered me help. So, yeah, there are many. It's a common problem, so there are many doctors.
So do you search for, let's say, biological treatments too? Did you look for them too?
Yes. I mean, I tried everything, from the, not to say voodoo doctors, but you know, this cracking, all kinds of. I tried that. I tried all kinds of creams. I tried everything, but at the end, I must say that those injections that I got on Turkish clinics, I can't remember. There were two doctors. They helped me a lot, and also that one. Okay, one therapy was with corticosteroids. I mean, I'm talking a little bit specific. If somebody has a problem, maybe it can help to them. One, to calm down that inflammation, one was with corticosteroids, and also the other one with some cocktail with, I think, with ozone, you know, the oxygen. They help me because that helps to shrink the disc and to put less pressure on that nerve, so you have less pain, and that was really good for me. So I don't know, but they all say every human body is different, so somebody can fix it only with exercises, somebody must go to operation, somebody doesn't have any problems, so it's individually.
So it's not like you went to a village and saw a 90-year-old man and he clicked and suddenly you come back.
No. It was a really long way. Yeah, it was terrible. But I tried. I'm telling you, I also tried this kind of cracking, trying some poses or whatever. I mean, it can help a little bit, but not too much.
We were talking about Kobe Bryant, and let's say every person who has the basketball in his hands, in streets, in school, in professional arenas, they have a moment of superstars. Like, let's say, I try to do some Michael Jordan moments like 97 in my office, like
of course.
having this shot. Yeah. Of course, you did a lot in your house, in your corridors, maybe while you were growing up. But you had this Kobe Bryant moment when you come back from this injury. You remember that? That Kobe Bryant passed to Ronny Turiaf. And then suddenly you made the same, almost the same pass to Jan Vesely. How did you feel when you did it first? And then can you specifically talk about this position?
Yeah, well, like you said, we were all watching our idols, or somebody who can you look up to. So yeah, maybe of the whole my generation, Kobe Bryant was the guy. You know, guys before us probably they were watching Michael Jordan. We were too young. We were really small kids when he played, so we can't remember him. But we are all remembering Kobe Bryant, and he is like an idol of our generation. Yeah, of course, you try. You never know when you start the offense. You never know how defense is gonna react. So you must sometimes be creative to think of something. I was guessing that Jan is there, and good luck. Yeah, at the end it turned out great, and it's really nice possession, nice highlights. But yeah, Kobe Bryant is an inspiration. Like I told you, I like to read about him. I like to watch all the videos about him, and he is really one great, I think, person, motivator, whatever. And besides that, basketball player.
But I want to go back to that position again. You don't do a lot of spin moves, man. How did it happen?
I didn't do spin moves because they didn't allow us to do spin moves last year because they were calling traveling. So this year you can do again spin move. Yeah, it's a nice one. I don't know what to say. I mean, of course, I like spin move. I'm working on that. Maybe I'm not using it on the game so much, but I like it. I'm trying to involve it in my game, to start doing it more. But yes, that pass was a new thing for me, but why not? I think I'm feeling relaxed this year. Maybe I'm here, this is my third year. Okay, I didn't play, but I'm probably feeling more comfortable with doing some crazy stuff that I didn't do first 2 years. So yeah, it was nice. I don't know what to say. It was nice.
So get ready for more crazy stuff on the court.
Yeah, okay, everything under the circumstances and under successful and useful moves. Not to be. I don't like to be flashy just for a move, for a highlight. If it's effective, then I like to do it. If it's not, then I'm not flashy. I'm a result guy, you know. I like to win. So if I have to choose between one highlight and win that is ugly, I'm always going to choose ugly win. You know?
You're right. And I remember the last year, you know. It's time for you. Actually, it's April already.
What's time? 1 o'clock.
It's April already, and last year, before April, your 3-point shot was really bad. You know, it was down, and then suddenly something happened, and then you started to shoot 60% from 3-pointer, and which is, you know, many players can't even score that high percentage layups. How did it happen?
Yeah, well, a lot of this thing, like you saw today, a lot of shooting, a lot of hard working, but also it wasn't also realistic to shoot, I don't know, 15-20%. Okay, I'm not JC Carroll or I don't know, Meli Mamutoglu, but I can shoot. I'm not, you know, Bricktown, so it wasn't also normal. But many things also was happening last year. Also, I had some smaller injury, but again, it like kind of pushed me out of the rails. You know, after that, I came back also earlier than I should have. We had a lot of players, some injuries. It was a strange season, but at the end, I worked harder. I was focused, and yes, like you said, I like to play playoffs games when everybody is scared, when you can cut the tension with the knife. You know, I like that feeling when you see everybody on the stands, you know, biting their nails. That motivates me, and I like to play that. Okay, some basketball stuff, more practices, less weights, some specific practices and that kind of stuff, but mostly it's everything about focus and also confidence.
So you must have enjoyed Oaxaca games more than Final Four, maybe.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, you saw how we played there. 3 or 4 guys, I don't know, I can't remember. I remember now that Bogdan, Bobby, me, Ekpe, we were playing great over there. It was really, we were ready for that, especially also game against Gaziantep here. Before that, when their coach, who is a Greek guy, was talking some, I can't say bad words in interviews, but he was saying like, you're gonna see when you go to Oaxaca, they're gonna kill, they're gonna beat you and that kind of stuff. So that's why we wanted, even more. Okay, of course, we had motivation beside it, but that added a little bit more to us, and we played really good there. And after that, I was sure we can go all the way, because to win 2 games in Oaxaca against Panathinaikos, as a 4th seed, we were 5th seed, so we were like worse than them, and we were in one bad position in that moment of the season. It was really tough. After that, I think we didn't lose the game until end of the season.
You didn't.
That
Gaziantep game's first half was the last
yes,
moment you lost, and then you won all the way.
We didn't lose until end of the season, which is really remarkable.
I will ask you one moment, because I was there in Oaxaca, and I remember, especially in second game, the fans were on Pero. And then Pero did something that maybe he shouldn't do, or maybe he did it on purpose.
Yes.
We don't know. But how did you guys feel at that time? What were you like? What is this crazy guy doing, or how did you feel?
Yeah, well, I mean, Pero is one of the most experienced guy in the team, of course, but like everybody else, he's a human being, and probably his emotions in Athens, like Željko, like Kostas Lukas, they play there, so like when we play in Belgrade, or if we play in my hometown, even greater feelings, emotions. So probably because of that, he was a little bit more aggressive than he should have. He kind of provoked the fans. I mean, that's the bad and the good thing in basketball. Fans can do whatever they want. They can show whatever they want to you. They can say, they can yell whatever bad words about your family, about you, about your appearance, whatever. And if you say something back to them, it's a big problem. You can get punished or get fined or whatever. So okay, I'm not approving that what Pero did, but okay, he done that and it fired up them. But okay, we finished. Also, we were trailing, I think, in first half. First game in Oaxaca, we were also trailing like 11 points, I think, and then we made a comeback, and after that, everything was great.
So you enjoyed that kind of
I enjoyed it.
moment.
Yeah, like I told you, the play of basketball, it's something else. Okay, the biggest difference is in NBA, but also in Europe you can feel the regular season, and then after that, all the duels, all the toughness, all the focus is bigger. Everybody starts playing even more serious, hitting more shots, so everything is more interesting there. It's what real basketball is about. In many leagues, the regular season is just for highlights, top 10 dunks, showing all the moves, and after that, here is where everybody gets serious.
Yeah. Kalina, we are here speaking about your EuroLeague championship at the top of this great arena. You have a very good contract and everything. Your life is really good now. But I want to go back, because it's easy to talk about these stories when you're successful.
Yes.
But I want to go back to 2013 summer.
Okay.
Because I remember that you kind of have a busy schedule, that you went to Mediterranean games, you went to Universiade games. It was in Mersin first, and then you went to Kazan, like Tatarstan, and then you suddenly found yourself in Eurobasket. Can you talk about that summer and what kind of an effect did it on you?
Yeah, I mean, there are many crazy stories in my basketball life. I mean, if I do something great in the future, maybe one day I'm gonna try to make a movie. Because really, there are many. From the year before that, they didn't call me for young under-20 selection because they thought I'm older than I was. So they called me as a 25th guy on the preparation, on the training camp. And from 25th player, I went to be in the rosters, and after that next year also first Mediterranean games, which we played here in Mersin. That's interesting. Yes, I forgot about that. That maybe all started in Turkey, and now we are again here. Yes, yes, and we played great there. Also, Turkey had good team. I think a lot of guys, and I remember Barış Erşek played, Oğuz Savaş. I think maybe even Melima.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it was strong team at that point. They were all like Euro Cup, EuroLeague players, and we were all from Serbian league. So it was interesting. But yes, really long summer, really tough summer. But what to do once you?
And then you went to Tatarstan for university
exactly
games.
after that Universia. Also over there, one more competition. Then we immediately continued. Everybody went to the seaside or whatever. We continued to prepare for Slovenia 2013 Eurobasket with Dusan Ivkovic. So that was really a long summer, but now I see that it was all worth it. Also the next years were also again whole summer busy. That's why people don't understand sometimes when they see you on the court, maybe you don't want to play or something. You also must find motivation when you play basketball 6 years in a row. That's why I'm saying for my injury that maybe it's a good thing because I'm again, thirsty. I'm again hungry. I want to play basketball. At one moment, you come to the point where you come to a practice. You will practice, but it's not like you are so in for it. You do your job, you go to the game, everything is boring. You see all the planes, you're changing arenas, hotels, everything becomes one great, monotony or routine. And that's why maybe it's good. But yeah, nice. 2013 was really interesting.
Where everything started, huh?
Everything started, yes, in Turkey.
Did you expect to go to national senior team?
No, honestly, on Mediterranean games I had no idea. On Universia they said that maybe because there were many injuries in the national team, first team, so they said maybe they're gonna call somebody. Okay, after that things got crazy because everybody wanted to prove themselves. No passing, no anything, which is betting. Which why I think we won bronze medal over there and not the gold. Because I think we were the best team. Canadian team was really good, Australian team was really good, but I think we were the best team over there. But what to do, bronze? That's one funny fact that because I didn't play the last few games so much, and I was really mad, like everybody, I must be honest. And then we won, and they gave me the medal, and they were giving only 13 medals, only 12 players and the coach, and I was so mad, and I'm not regretting. Because I really think, maybe it is sounding egoistic, but I really think if I played that, we would at least go to finals, maybe even win it. And I was so mad that I took my medal and I asked the physio guy, who was working with us, do you need a medal? He was like, I can get the medal? I said, yeah, take it, I don't need it. I'm thinking that we should have won gold, so I don't need the bronze. And then after that, yes, I won many greater medals than that, so it was a good decision. A little bit hot-headed, but good decision.
And then you have this great Euro Cup season with your team, and then suddenly EuroLeague.
Yes, ladder by ladder. First Serbian League, after that Adriatic League, Euro Cup, EuroLeague. I was always trying not to skip anything because I think that in life, but also in basketball, experience is the most important. And you can see on many examples the experience guy, how they act, how they control situation and everything. And I think that helped me a lot. And also that learning process. In every season, I try to learn anything from bad and good situation. I try to pull out the best and to use it in my life and in my career.
You were talking about the hunger. And it was really important. I was listening Coach Steve Kerr, and he said that, of course, that he was as a player in a championship team, and then he's now as a coach in this consecutive championship team. And he says that you do everything, you give everything to climb up to a mountain, and then suddenly, at the beginning of next season, you try to climb again. And it's really hard to motivate players on this. How do you feel about it? Do you watch Golden State Warriors? Do you think they had some motivation issues? Do you think you can learn something about them, from them?
Yes, like he said, it's really hard, especially for them who are probably the best team on the world right now. So it's hard, it's competing with yourself. If you are the best on the world, there is nobody else to beat except yourself, and you must go every day to arena to fight with yourself, to push yourself to the limits, and it's really hard, especially like you said, especially like you said, when you have a good life, you have good contracts, you bought everything you are wishing for, your family is satisfied, the fans love you, the whole world knows you, so you don't have anything. That's why Michael Jordan was the greatest. He was so competitive. He went every day and pushing himself. But yeah, we can of course we can learn. I think the hunger, motivation, that's everything is about it. Like I say always for Željko, he is the best coach because he is still hungry, which is for me, I must say also. I'm not sure how he is doing that, but he's still, after 10 EuroLeague titles, if you go now to his office, he's probably over there with coaching staff. They're probably watching some games, Baskonia against somebody, I don't know, Sandora or something like that. Okay, now we play against Baskonia, but they're watching, they're preparing goals. So that's why he is the best, which is not easy, but if you want to be like that, you have to be a little bit crazy, like we said for Kobe Bryant, one more guy. So. Yeah. So guys, if you want to be successful, you must be a little bit crazy. That's the point of interview. Yeah.
So you were talking about being crazy, and this crazy guy in Golden State Warriors, maybe we can compare him with you, Draymond Green.
Yeah, well, he is doing what he's doing also, maybe best in the world. He is that guy who, like I told you when we were coming here, we chit-chat a little bit, and I told you that Golden State never won a title without him. So whenever he wasn't on the team, they lost. Maybe it's a coincidence, but I think he's a great part of that team. And okay, these guys are an artist, what KD can do, Kevin Durant can do with the ball, what Steph Curry can do with the ball, how Klay Thompson can shoot from which position. That's art, that's also great talent and also hard work, but not many people on earth can do that. But with Draymond is some. I didn't watch old school. I only watched the videos and highlights. But I think he's like an old school guy, tough mentally and physically both. He's always pain in your arse. He's always breathing over your ear, he's always there. He is boring, he is tough, he is focused, and yeah, I of course I like to. Even before him, I was trying to do something like that, but especially now, of course, not to say that you need only to be tough. I'm also working like he's probably doing in his game, also in playoffs, how he's shooting 3-pointers. Even everybody floats him and leave him to shoot, but he never missed some important shots. So that is what it's all about. He is that. How to say, guy who is connecting everything, the glue guy who is going to start a fight. If somebody is trying to bully them, he's going to go there, he's going to say enough, if he needs to fight, he will fight everything for a win.
So you also get some pride in this role too, like Draymond Green.
Yeah, okay, there are different ways in life. I'm not saying maybe if I had better coaches when I was younger, maybe I would have better shot, better dribble, better technique. Maybe if I didn't play every summer with national team, if I had a summer off to work on my game, maybe that everything would look better, nicer, more flashier, like you said. But what to do? We were fighting, we were trying to play to gain experience through games, and that's all the parts of the basketball. Basketball is not all the pretty stuff. A lot of times it's a little bit, ugly. But like I said, I always choose ugly win over highlight, over flashy dunk. I'm gonna always choose ugly win.
How do you, when we were talking about the wins and everything, especially this defense of Golden State Warriors, and we were talking about all the flashy stuff that they do, but their defense
Exactly.
is also something different.
Exactly.
So how do you see their defense? They're switching everything, and they're almost at the same height. But
Exactly. They have almost 5 guys who are same height, and they can switch every position. You have KD, you have Draymond Green. They can cover.
Iguodala.
You got Iguodala. Yeah, those are 3 guys that are almost same size, and they can cover the whole court when they spread their arms, which they know how to use. They are quick. They are able to move. They are able to jump. And also, KD is decent. Last season improved his blocking. From first 7-8 years, he is now having 1.5 2 blocks per game, and he never had one. So they all improve. But like you said, it's also about tactics, but also about their athleticism, their size. They made a great thing with the roster. They have Iguodala, who was like the main guy in Philadelphia, and he is now playing some 6-man role. You have also David West, who was the main guy in Indiana. And he's now also playing some role, backup, 4 position or whatever. So you have many players. Like earlier was Bogut there, who was first pick on the draft, and he was playing some role of big bully guy, let's say, who is okay. He knows how to pass. He's a great player, but he wasn't so using that. So also great roster, but like you said, they're switching everything, and really tough to guard when you have guys who can move. What we are trying often to try to switch when you have Jan on the court last year, Ekpe, you can switch everything. Me and Bogdan were there. You don't have any kind of advantage inside or outside. Outside, Jan and Ekpe are waiting for you, and inside we were tough. But me and Bogdan, you can't push us or something. So it was really hard. What we are trying also this year with Brad Wanamaker, he's big size point guard. Also Nelly is great. So we will see.
Especially for you, when you are defending guards, your value goes really high when you switch. And
exactly.
on switch defense, you're very valuable.
That's the whole idea of that. I mean, what CSKA is also doing with Kurbano, a lot of other guys tried that. I don't know, I know in Red Star also, Coach Radonjic was trying that with Dangubic or me on point guard. So that's the point. I mean, of course, I point guard the whole game, but you can, change some things, make them think about that, what to do, how we're gonna attack, and that's important.
And there are some changes in games, because now everyone is trying to attack switches.
Yes.
And we see a new entities in basketball court, which is a team called Houston Rockets. And they're isolating everything, and they're doing one-on-one to get rid of these switches.
Yes.
What do you think of them, and do you think they will affect the other teams to do it more?
I don't know. I honestly don't believe in in that kind of game, individually basketball. I mean, you can, of course, at the end of the game, everything is about one-on-one and pick and roll. But during the game, you must play something for 38, or in NBA 45 minutes, you must play something else. At the end, you're gonna give the ball to your best player, especially in NBA. James Harden, or earlier Kobe Bryant. But I don't know. We will see. Like you saw, they struggled against Milwaukee.
Minnesota.
Oh, sorry, Minnesota. Yes, first game. So I don't know. We will see. It's gonna be interesting. It's like you said, like 2 philosophies battling between each other. It's gonna be fun. I mean, James Harden is incredible. The shots he's making, that's unguardable. I mean, you can do everything. He's gonna hit you with a step back, and if he's gonna hit, he's gonna hit. If he's gonna miss, he's gonna miss. That's not. You just want to try to move him out of his comfort zones, not to give him to come to his best spots. So it's gonna be interesting, especially against Golden State if they play. I honestly think that they can't beat Golden State on 4 games in playoffs. That Golden State is too experienced for them, but we will see. We'll talk again in June.
Yeah. Let's go back to we were talking about a lot about NBA, and let's go back to EuroLeague.
Yes.
And you guys are really close to NBA, counting all the games with regular season in Turkish League, in EuroLeague, with national teams. Last year, I'm counting out the national teams. You almost had 80 games, which is an NBA. Yeah, NBA teams play 82 games. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, well, I'm feeling good. I like to play games. I think it's a good thing, but only it must be, in my opinion, organized better, especially the trips, all the say, acquaintances that NBA players has, all the therapies, everything, all the like flights. When you talk to them, they don't feel flights. They have seats. They have therapies there. They have food. I mean, those sounds like a little things, but it means a lot of you. If you spend after a game, you spend one day in traveling. Okay, we are lucky. We are Fenerbahce. We are one of the best teams in Europe in basketball and organizing wise, but you know, some teams spend, they must change 1 or 2 flights to go to, I don't know, from Russia to Spain, or I don't know, or from Belgrade to go somewhere. Sometimes it's kind of hard, so I think that's the biggest difference. But yes, everybody are trying to be like NBA, their best league, without any doubt. So yeah, I think in the future it's gonna be like that. More games, less practices. You use the summer for practices, and we're gonna see. Yeah, it was like 80 games. If you count the also national team, almost 100 games per season, which is a big number.
So you talked about national teams, and you have these windows during the season. How does it hurt basketball?
Well, in the way that is now, it's hurting a lot. But if they finally sit down and talk and try to be a little bit normal, maybe they can find some solution. I understand that there are many previous fights, many egoistic stuff, a lot of discussion between them earlier. But the whole point is for basketball to evolve, to improve. So they're never going to improve if they fight, if they put games in the same time, same schedule. So I'm not against windows. What I said a lot of times. I am for a window, but to make them in a good time. For example, if you're not playing for New Year's Eve in EuroLeague, why you don't cooperate with FIBA, give them for EuroLeague to play 1 window, 2 games, for example, 7 days. You know, and for 7 days, we who are from Europe, we can go to our national teams. We can see our family. We can spend some time with our friends, to be home a little bit. And I don't know, American guys or guys who are from some other states, they can go to states for a few games to get one break, and after that to come back and to continue with EuroLeague. And maybe one other window can be like now at the end of the season. And of course, everybody wants to have the best players in their team. So if you are playing. Okay, I'm highly respecting these guys who play for national team, but if you are not having the best players, if you have some players from lower league, okay, maybe now somebody wants to see it, but in the future, probably, if you know that your main guys are playing in NBA or EuroLeague, nobody don't want to watch some.
So you talked about the national teams and everything. You talk about a sports management graduate.
Yes.
You talk like a sports management graduate.
Yeah, I mean.
You finished the school, right?
Yes, I finished this year. Yeah. It's like.
How did you do? How did you finish your exams?
Yeah, well, during the summer I've done a lot of the part, and I must admit that they helped me a lot. They had some special how to say, not meetings with me, but they had special time. I didn't have to go when all the other students, because I had some things to do with Fenerbahce or with national team. So whenever I'm in Serbia, I try to go to do something over there. I was studying something, but it was a lot of stuff was connected with the stuff that I'm doing already. I mean, I am a professional athlete, so I know a lot about that. It's coaching. It's not sports management, but more about coaching. So I can coach in Serbia. If we play in Serbia and Željko gets ejected, I can be a coach. Yes.
Kalina, you have money. You're popular. You're successful. Why did you go back to school to finish it?
Because of my mother. I wanted to, like I said, I was a good student. I always liked the school because all the things you learn there, all the things you meet. And I have all of my friends that I'm meeting now are basically from my high school, and some that I played with them basketball earlier. So I think it's a great thing for life. And yes, I wanted to finish, but I also think that in today's society they respect you more if you say that you finished some school. So those are the something. And also my mother is a math professor, so it was always kind of silent battle between my father, who is ex table tennis professional player, and my mother, who is a professor of math. So it was always like school against sport, some fight, and that's why I wanted to also do something for her.
Do you think the young children should do what you do and finish their schools?
Yeah, of course, and especially, I mean, you don't have to finish it now. I can also finish it after the basketball. But yeah, I think it's important to try. I don't think that school is bad. They often say to you, if you want to be a professional basketball player or professional athlete, you can't go to school. You must be in practices. Okay, you're gonna learn a lot about sport in practices, but you also must learn something in the school, which you can learn through teamwork, which you can learn, like I said to you, if you know basics, if you know, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but if you know physics, you can more easier change your shot, and you will know that if you shoot with higher arc, that ball is easier to go into the basket. I mean, it's a ridiculous example, but many of, if you learn about biology, you're gonna know when you have to sleep, what you have to eat, you know what kind of things, if you eat something after a practice, is it good for you to eat carbohydrates, or is it good to eat vegetables, what you're gonna eat for breakfast, because of that. And you're also gonna meet a lot of people. So I think that's the maybe biggest difference between States and Europe, that they made that possible, to go to school and to be a professional athlete. Here in Europe, I know in Serbia it's not possible. In Turkey, I think also maybe you have some colleges, some like foreign colleges, American colleges, really, but it's still pretty hard, you know. And maybe that is the thing we should go toward to in Europe. Maybe if we change that, maybe after your career you go to be the sports manager of one club or one institution in Serbia. Maybe I have some plans. Maybe one day in the future to try to make some kind of academy, you know, or something like that, where kids can come, they can practice, they can also maybe in the future to make something like a school and perhaps some sport college, which is going to be serious. But who knows? Those are some ideas. Nothing is far from official, but maybe, you know.
Yeah, let's not talk about the far future.
Exactly,
let's talk about the near future,
yes.
And the near future is Baskonia. So you won both games, but it's a history between you guys since Berlin, let's say. This Berlin game, they have a big, they try to get the revenge every year, and when you go there every year, it's a big atmosphere. So what do you think of this matchup between Baskonia and Fener?
Well, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really tough physical teams. We are one of the best defenses in Europe. They are one of the best offenses in Europe, EuroLeague. So it's going to be interesting. Like you said, we played against them in Berlin, where in one game, which everybody forgets, but they missed a shot for a victory. After that, Hriapa from CSKA scored, but 2 days before that, I can't remember. I think there was Mike James or
Darius Adams, maybe.
Yes. I think he missed for a game shot. So yes, everybody are talking about CSKA. We were unlucky he scored, but also here we were lucky he missed. So it's 50-50 usually in life. And yeah, it's going to be fun. We are expecting also great atmosphere here. This year is a little bit more easier. We have home court advantage, but we can be relaxed. We must play serious. I think we are a more experienced team. I think we are a better team without hiding, but we must prove that on the court, and it's going to be fun.
So they also have some physical guys too. They can be really big on the court, like Toko Shengelia as 4. He's one of the toughest guys. Timma is a big 3. Jason Granger is a big 1. So they have Poirier on the center. So physically they're big on the court. So what do you think of this kind of matchup? Because you can, as far as I can see, you give a lot of value to stay big on the court too.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm saying always. The last few days, whoever asked me about the game, I said it's going to be tough. It's going to be physical, because I know those players from EuroLeague last season. I know they are tough. I know they are not going to give up. And like you said, they have a size. They can play with almost with 5 guys over 2 meters. So it's going to be really interesting. Okay, they are missing then maybe some some wideness, maybe some creation. They don't have it with all those guys. But like I said, it can be ugly. The most important thing is to win. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and it's okay. If they go big, we can go. We can maybe go small to try to surprise them, to attack them. You know, it's risky, but like we did 2 years ago, if they want to bully you, maybe you have to put, you know, light cavalry and try to outrun them, outshoot them. So that's basketball. It's interesting.
Okay, that was one of my favorite games. I think we're talking about the same game against Real Madrid that you played center for
me
a
and
few
Gigi,
minutes.
yes, me and Gigi, 4 and 5.
It was, you know, I was thinking before the game, I was thinking that, okay, Fenerbahçe should attack to Felipe Reyes somehow,
yes.
but I thought maybe it was Pero to play as 4 or Gigi to play as 4, but to play Kalinic at 5, it seemed like crazy. How did you feel?
Yes.
Of course, you had it on practice first. How did you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was first when Željko put us on the, okay, I played sometimes in my life 5 and somebody has some foul trouble or something, but to play in that kind of serious game 5, it was fun, but I was scared a little bit. Yeah, it was good. We practiced that a lot. We were preparing for that 2-3 weeks, and we tried it on the game, and we played quite some minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I mean, and of course we
5-6
changed, because
minutes,
imagine if you're a coach of Real Madrid, you prepared every possible option, you prepared every possible scenario, if Pero is on 5, if I'm on 4, if Gigi is on 4, and then we come and we go with 5 guys, you know. Me, Gigi, I think it was Bobby, Bogdan, and I don't know who was the 5th guy. Maybe it was.
I don't remember too,
can't
but
remember.
you know,
Maybe
the only
Ricky,
thing I remember was you having the ball against Felipe Reyes, playing 1-on-1. I said,
Yes. And
what is going on?
Yes, and he said try to play open game, maybe some pick and roll, but mostly play 1-on-1 and just move the ball, all kind of passes, and we got really some open shots. We hit them, and it was crazy. And like I said, imagine for Pablo Lasso how it was, and what to do now. do you go with even bigger guys to try to attack us, or you try to defend? You know, it's a tough call.
And in second game, he changed, like he put Machiudis on 4, but this time you played like 2.
Yes. Yeah. Then we put yes. So that is what I always try to do. Trying to know how to play everything. You know, except point guard. I'm trying to know to be involved in everything, which is sometimes bad. Sometimes all the teammates are always making fun of me. Oh, you want to know everything. But okay, this is who I am. What to do?
So what about Baskonia? They are second best transition team in EuroLeague.
Yes.
They have 1.3 points per possession on transition, which is really important for them. Especially when Şengelya gets the ball, he goes full court.
Yes, he's the best in EuroLeague in transition points. I don't know how many, but I know they gave us that information. He's the best transition guy. He finishing the most, getting most points in transition. So it's going to be hard. Obviously, that's the thing we must stop, either with some good decisions in offense, avoiding some crazy shots, some crazy rebounds where they can run after that, getting back to offense, attack them with offensive rebounds, try to make them think about that also, so they can't run so easily, carefree. And yes, it's going to, like you said, that's one of the biggest points of emphasis to stop their transition offense.
Yeah. Do you think? What about the other series? You know, Real Madrid doesn't have a home court advantage against Panathinaikos. Okay, you survived last year, but it was really hard.
Yes, we survived, but yes, I don't know how. When the next team is going to repeat that, because it's really over there, it's crazy atmosphere, it's hard to play. Okay, maybe, I don't know if Luli is going to play. They're saying that maybe he is. I think that can be psychologically important for them, you know, to make them believe again he can put some discipline in that team. He is the main guy, everybody knows that, everybody going to start listening to him. He is the most experienced guy, so maybe if he is back, he can change something. But unless that, Panathinaikos is playing great this year. They are also crazy athletics. They have high flyers, jumpers. Kalatis is playing the season of his life probably, so they are in a good moment. it's going to be fun. I think Pau will win, but it's going to be fun, and especially after that in Madrid, you know how are also the fans and how is Real playing in Madrid. It's a different team than outside of Madrid, so it's going to be fun.
What about Moscow derby?
Yeah, Moscow derby. I don't know. I think that's 3-0 for CSKA, honestly. If
Because experience, right?
because of experience, toughness, I think they have no. Khimki is a good team, but I think they need 1 or 2 more seasons on this level to feel this play of basketball and everything. CSKA is playing that for 15, 20 years, so I think also Shved can maybe he can win 1 game, but in 3-win series, I think they are out.
What about the most hyped series, one of the most hyped series, Olympiacos Žalgiris? Sharas did a great job this year. Huh?
No, most hype? That one is most hype? I didn't know.
I think it's the most.
Pau and Real.
Okay, one of the most hyped, let's say.
Yeah.
All of them are really good because you know what I think of Žalgiris.
Yeah, I'm also highly praising them. Coach Šarūnas also is doing incredible job. He done also incredible job last year, but they had some unlucky losses, also some rookie mistakes in the finishes. So now you see that they were more experienced. Even they were fourth until last few rounds, and then they had crazy hard schedule, but still, if they maybe won against us in Žalgiris, maybe they would be now fourth, fifth. You know, so they had amazing season. They're playing good. Also, an old school tough Lithuanian team, beating in defense, good shooters in offense. So it's good. But I think also it's about experience. That their first time in playoffs. We all know how many Spanulis and Printezis has games and points there. Also the other guys who are maybe not so important in the stats, but the experience they get, the calmness they are bringing to the game. I think also Olympiacos is on 3-win series. It's hard to beat Olympiacos.
What does it mean to have Željko Obradovic on the sidelines on a playoff game?
Yeah, well, it means a lot. It's hard, you know, because he's always having some special calls that you must remember. But it's also hard for opposing team to be ready for everything. I was talking with somebody, maybe with Kostas or with somebody. We were talking like, how would we defend us? You know, if we play against Fenerbahce, how would we play? And I said, like you said, I would try to switch everything. I mean, because
you never know.
You have so much play, so much options, so much special calls that even if you know everything, maybe something else. He will draw maybe something else. So, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said this. Maybe not somebody will. But yes, we are also prepared. Because of that, we are now preparing for switch. We have also some special calls. So that's why we are trying to be ready for everything.
You have 4 big guys, 4 small guys. You know, you have every possible lineup in your roster.
That's why. I mean, like you said, it's diversity is really important. And yes, Željko is on the sidelines. So also we are calm in that way that he's gonna bring the best possible solution. And after that, I don't know, it's on us.
Okay, Kalina, thank you very much for this great interview. It was great to see your other side of your personality.
Thank you. I was a little bit long than usual, but okay, you can cut it in
no,
studio.
We're not gonna cut it. You can believe it. And do you have any message to your fans before playoffs or?
Oh, see you in 2 days, and it's gonna be fun. That's it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Nikola Kalinic'le röportajımız playoff öncesinde bu şekildeydi. Playoff'lar beIN Sports ekranında olmaya devam edecek. Şimdilik hoşça kalın.